Oh yeah! It is hung up on display. It looks good, doesn't it? Nice to have you in my apartment there, Buster Keaton. Well, we're back in the swing of it. I'm going to take Jaw to the park. Then we're going to drive to Santa Monica because there's something that was recently put up that I want to show you guys, and plays an awful big part into why I'm a daily vlogger and why I do what I do and why I want to do what I do. And yes, you're going to go too. And let's kick on the lights. Well, it's so hazy out you can't even see the Hollywood sign. Well, bummer. It looks like a no-go on the park today. They're completely watering it down, and there's not a soul out here. Alright, well, let's head off to Santa Monica. And actually right there's where they had the Tom Petty tribute that I vlogged. Well, I knew there'd be traffic, and there is. That's the way it is here in Los Angeles. No matter what time of the day you go, the 405's jammed. Alright, a new park for this guy to check out. Let's do it. If you guys watch the Facebook Live, or the Facebook vlogs that my friend Breck posts, you know that Jaw loves to play with the ducks. Now I believe this is the lawn bowling, or at least it used to be. This used to be like the Santa Monica Lawn Bowling Association. This is nice. I've never been here before, let alone bring him here before. We came over here for a specific reason, actually. I had a moment of reflection and something happened recently I wanted to show over here. Kids. Oh, nice. Oh, he's gonna love this when he sees it. I don't think he's noticed it yet. Now he has. He just looked up. This is great. What do you see, Jaw? So the reason that I came out here to Santa Monica today is because there's a new piece of art that's been added to a wall in the area. And it really made me think, because a lot of people watch my channel, and when they comment, when I started this vlog, I actually never really intended or thought it would turn into what it's turned into. I thought what I would do is I thought I would just kind of show things in my area at first, and I figured probably nobody would care to watch it. And then when people started watching it, I was like, well, really what I would love to do in my life is show people the world and show them through my eyes. So I guess I would say, you know, it was probably in 2005 I decided to make my way out of the country, and I went to Amsterdam to see an art exhibit at the Van Gogh Museum. And I just fell in love with traveling then, because I realized you're put in the situation of being out of your comfort zone. You have to ask people for help, you get to know people, and you get to see the world through other people's eyes and what they're experiencing in their culture and their government and everything else. And so I guess it would have been, you know, almost 2 years ago that I started this vlog, and we just hit 20,000 subscribers, and it made me reflect a lot. And one of the things that I reflected on was what enticed me to start this vlog was seeing my friend Adam the Woo. He's also a vlogger, and he was filming his daily life. And I thought, you know what, I live near a lot of cool stuff. I know about it, and maybe somebody should document it while it's still here. And so I started doing it. But it was pretty quick. I mean, like within the first week and a half that I got an email from my grandpa saying, hey, I don't know what you're doing with these videos. I've never even heard of a vlog, but I really like what you're doing with it. You give me an adventure every day and I get to see what you're up to. And he said it made it feel more human. And that really stuck with me. Literally within like a week, I was sitting here thinking, the goal here is to somehow mix my interest in showing things to people and traveling the world, somewhere between Adam the Woo and Anthony Bourdain, because pretty early on in the no reservations history, a friend of mine named Jonas, I was watching basketball with him one night and he said, dude, you gotta watch this show. Have you ever seen No Reservations? And I said, no. He goes, it's this awesome dude who's like basically like a grown-up punk chef, and this guy goes all over the world experiencing culture. And I got hooked to this show, and ever since then I've always had this thirst for seeing more of the world and seeing the world the way he did. Walking into a place that wasn't London, it wasn't Paris, it wasn't Tokyo, it wasn't one of the main cities that people feel like if they're going out of the country that those are the only places you can go. He went to places off the map and he showed you things that other people hadn't shown you. So now, 2 years into my vlogging, I've been out of the country to 9 or 10 different countries in the last year, and while I was on my last trip to Portugal in Porto, I found out that Anthony Bourdain had hung himself and committed suicide, and it was really emotional for me because, like I said, I was just so inspired by what he did, how he did it, and I found out in one of the cities that made me want to go do those kind of things. I mean, I'd never thought of going to Porto, and a friend of mine mentioned going recently. He said, dude, that's where you should go. And I went, that's right, there was this great Anthony Bourdain episode from Porto. And actually, when I went to go find it, he had done a couple of episodes throughout his career there, and it just made me excited to see the city again. I was seeing things that he was going to do those nights, kind of mourning his death, and the next day I could go out looking for them, not necessarily wanting to film them, but getting to just see places that he saw. And now there's a mural here that somebody, unfortunately it took, I guess, him dying to paint it. There's a really great mural to Anthony Bourdain I want to show you guys after we leave the park. I just discovered they have a little kids skate park over here. Some kids out here on little scooters. Oh, check out this little part. A few turtles in there. I think Jaws noticed. Yep, totally lawn bowling. Look at this crazy lawnmower that this guy's riding. It goes like sideways, like almost like a wheelchair when it's going up the side railing of a staircase. I've noticed these out everywhere. I'm not sure what the deal is with that. Well, there it is. So appropriate and looks exactly like him. It's done by a local artist named Jonas Never. I love seeing that. See, I think what's so cool and what made Anthony Bourdain so cool was that there's this weird, I think, this weird part of our brain that is attracted to effed up people, people that have seen a weird world, have caused a weird world, and live to talk about it. Your Keith Richards, your Hunter Thompsons, your Axl Roses, your just people that some people were completely turned off by and other people were completely inspired by. And he took that, became a chef, which I totally understand that mentality. When I was 15 years old, I got a job at a restaurant. And even though the cooks and chefs that you worked with outside of that place were basically unknown, like in my world, they didn't have a life outside of there because the hours they kept, but when they were there, they were the coolest guys that you ever met. And they were rock stars. They told you stories that you couldn't live on your own anymore, and they just, I don't know, there was something about it. And that's kind of what inspired him to do what he did. He said getting his first dishwashing job was the first time he ever left a job and felt like he had proved something, like he had accomplished a day's work. He ended up writing a book, or writing basically an article about the life of someone in the kitchen, called it basically Kitchen Confidential. He basically told the rock star life that, you know, people were living, and through that he got sent out, got his own show, and got basically carte blanche to do it the way he wanted, to go the places he wanted, show the things that he wanted. And that to me was so admirable, because the guy would show the good and the bad of countries. He would show in Romania, showing up where they had already had clearance to film, and the people at the door give him trouble and they say it's going to be 10 euro per square foot or 100 square foot or whatever, and without even a second thought he just turns around and walks away. He's like, yeah, we're not doing that, we're not going to be extorted. He just shows what you as a traveler have to, or sometimes will go through in countries. But I think what was the best part about it was he shows why it was so important to get out of your comfort zone, why it's important to travel, why it's important to understand the human condition that other people go through, the humanity in other parts of the world. A lot of those dishes that he would eat, some people would call peasant food. I've heard that term before. Things that were, you know, maybe in the United States we would never dream of putting in our food, but poorer countries may use every part of the animal. They may find a way to make every part taste good, and through that, it's a cultural thing, it's a bonding thing. I've experienced it myself. There's just something about the love that people put into showing you their culture through food, and through just knowing that you're not from there and wanting you to have the best experience possible. That's what I love the most about traveling, and I think that was one of the things that I got from Anthony, is that you don't have to be afraid to leave your comfort zone. Being somebody who's lived in Los Angeles for almost 20 years, it's very easy for me to, you know, vlog here every day and be able to speak the language to everyone that I run into and know my way around and know how to read the signs and do everything that it takes to get around the city. And yet, what I thirst most for when I get to have my choice is to leave the country, go somewhere completely different, a place that's only been maybe a name on the map for me, or maybe just a place I've heard of, and then to actually consider going there and getting to experience it. It's just been amazing, and it's all been inspired by this guy. Now, whatever the reasons were that he's decided to end his life, I just celebrate the passion that he brought to life and what he's inspired other people to do, other people to get out of their comfort zone. It's why when I go to other countries, I don't hesitate to say the good and the bad, what I loved about it and what I didn't like about it, because that's the reality. It's not having a, you know, button-up shirt, wearing a suit and tie, and presenting the best side of where we're at. It's about showing you the realism and letting you decide if you want to go there and if you want to experience what we've experienced. I've been sorely disappointed with countries that I went to that other people told me I would love, and other places that I didn't know what to expect I love the most. I will never get that dream selfie, and I will never get to tell him how much he inspired me. Not that he would probably even care, but he really was a big inspiration to me. Making a daily video and just trying to show as many people as I can something different. It's been an inspiration every day. That's kind of what keeps me going every day, is seeing messages from people saying, I never knew this place existed, or I'll never get there myself, thank you for showing it. It's because of this guy. If you want to come see it yourself, it's right here at the Gramercy Bar on Wilshire Boulevard. And it's, as you can see, it was done by Jonas Never, signed Never. He did a lot of the other tribute murals around town. So I mentioned earlier that not only was Anthony Bourdain one of my biggest influences, but so was a guy named Adam the Woot who did a daily vlog and still vlogs all the time, and I'm lucky enough to call the guy a friend. When I came back from my trip, we were talking about Anthony Bourdain, and he brought up one of the episodes he had seen where Anthony Bourdain mentions his favorite restaurant in Los Angeles, and we were laughing about it. And I want to pay tribute to Anthony Bourdain by going there today. So we're going to head over to In-N-Out Burger and have an In-N-Out in honor of Anthony Bourdain. Let's hope that stays there for a long, long time. Alright, let's take a look at these this mural and statue. It's great artwork over here. I'm not sure what the deal is with this. Like I said, I've never seen this one before. It's like a family. nice. I love it. That's all mosaic as well. I love the mosaics. Great color options too. Wow. I guess it's safe to say this is a Boston bar. Oh wow, check out the statue above the New Balance sign. The package I mailed myself from Portugal showed up. Let's open it up. I'll show you what's inside. You just can't handle the camera not being on you, can you? You just can't handle the camera not on you. It's amazing. I have bad news, Jaw. I'm messing around with this lens and I'm starting to think I broke my wide angle lens or it's somehow ruined. Look at what it's doing. That's not supposed to do that. It's not supposed to jump like that. Alright, there it all is. Let me open it up and start showing you what I brought back. I was trying to bring back things that theoretically would not break and that you couldn't find in the US. Different style things, so I think I did that. Well, to start things off, there's about 1 billion postcards in here that I got from literally everywhere. There's some from Porto, Cabo, Da Roca, Sintra, Lisbon. Don't walk on those, please. Thank you. I got this. I'll tell you why I got this one. This is the little like empty page journal from Livraria Leo. The reason I got this was because I did a vlog before I left about the Oki Foundation, and one of the things they mentioned that I couldn't put in the vlog that day because it was mentioned in a movie that I'm going to include later at a different point, was that Jack Oki and his wife Virginia, one of the things they did, or Victoria, sorry, one of the things that Jack and Victoria did was they had a notebook that they would sit out on a table, and every single day they would walk by it, they would write a note to each other back and forth. And in their notebook, every day was full, except for the day that Jack Oki died. They left that page empty. So I just thought that was a cool sentiment, so I'll probably mail this out to somebody. I bought this. This was that little pocket one, the leather one with like kind of the cloth pages. I kind of think that's for me. I kind of like to have that. I brought back a yo-yo from Portugal. I just thought that was so cool with the Tram 28 on there. I brought back a cork ring. They love to make things out of the cork and everything there, so I brought back a cork ring for someone. A couple of Portugal cork wallets, obviously for a couple of ladies, including that one. I just thought that was such a cool concept and idea that that's why I got those. These I actually bought right on the water in Porto. These are both magnets, but they're made out of the same the same tiling, and she actually put these in that container, these little like packaging for me. So yeah, I didn't buy them like that. She put them in there. Then of course I bought the Happy Prince from the bookstore by Oscar Wilde. I bought a Sintra pocket knife that has a little fork attached to it. I just thought that was so cool, and I loved Sintra, so that'll probably get sent out to one of you guys. Of course, the bottle of Ginja, or Ginja, however you pronounce that. The cherry wine. Yep, not for me. It's for somebody. One of you guys will get it. And then what else? Another cork wallet from Portugal. I just liked it. I thought it was unique, being as that was their thing. Would you focus? Come on, man. There we go. And then the last was a cork necklace. Cork everything, basically, except for the glass parts. Yeah, pretty cool. And oh yeah, last night I went to the grocery store, snuck over to Tailwaggers and got something for you. Do you want to see what I got you? You didn't even know about this one, did you? Well, my friends, since I knew we were gonna go do a little In-N-Out burger trip today, or I am at least, in honor of Anthony Bourdain, I got you your own burger. Enjoy. It's a little burger cookie. That's alright. I'm gonna do laundry today anyway. Destroy it. Well, isn't that ironic? I just texted Adam the Woo and said, hey man, would you like to be part of my video today? I'm going to go to In-N-Out Burger and kind of tie in how you and Anthony Bourdain and all that kind of made an impact in my life. And he goes, oh, I can't. And then I look and he had just posted a video today, 2 hours ago, of him at In-N-Out Burger. So I guess I'll be there in spirit. Let's go. So I'm going to take us over now to the In-N-Out Burger on Sunset Boulevard, because to me that is the classic one. That's the one I've gone to the most, and being a Hollywood resident, that's the Hollywood one. Well, the street that In-N-Out Burger's on was actually flooded, so I had to go around the block to get over to it. So I think what we'll order today is some of the animal style secret menu stuff. One of the cool things about Bourdain also was that he wasn't beyond actually filming himself going through drive-thrus to get meals. I love that. Well, it'd definitely be cooler if it were turned on, but I give him credit for trying, you know. I think we gotta get the double-double, we gotta get the animal-style fries, and who knows, maybe a Flying Dutchman as well. So there it is, right here at Mickey Rooney Memorial Square and right in front of Hollywood High School. No matter what time of the day you come to In-N-Out Burger, if you go through the drive-thru or you walk in, you're gonna wait. It's gonna be a long wait. But it's worth it, it's good. Oh, so it says Mickey Rooney Memorial Square, Hollywood High alum, Oscar winner, veteran, musician, and one of the world's greatest entertainers. Cool. Let's eat. Well, it's packed. Like I told you, it's that good. They have a pretty basic menu, but they have a pretty vast online secret menu. So that's where we're getting our stuff from. That is a lot of people. They're all waiting. I mean, they already ordered. They just called guest number 77, and I'm number 18, so imagine how long that's gonna be. So we're killing it here on the food. We waited about 25 minutes to get the food. Anthony'd be proud, I think. Oh, and since I didn't get it, these ladies are showing their lettuce-wrapped burger that you can get if you're on a diet or if you're in training for WWE or whatever. Yeah. Well, it was everything an In-N-Out experience should be. Great food, a long wait, lots of tourists. Bourdain would be proud. How appropriate. Well, Lionhearts, I'm gonna call it a night. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing this vlog, and if you watch me on a consistent basis, I hope you enjoyed seeing me talk about what inspires me. I think it's pretty cool that for the 250 days a year that Anthony Bourdain would spend traveling and filming for his show, he would also spend an hour and a half every single morning taking private jiu-jitsu lessons, no matter where he was in the world, and following that with another hour of class time with other students, 2.5 hours, because he said, sometimes you just need to be reminded that somebody else can kick your butt. And I feel like that's what traveling is. I think sometimes you go out to enjoy it and you remind yourself that you need people around you. You need other people around you to enjoy it, to experience the world, and the more you give different things a try, the more accepting you are of things in the world. So, have a great night. Hope you got a little something from this, and we'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you, Scotty Burnett, for your contribution to my channel. Everyone else, see you tomorrow. Goodbye.
Fly away.